This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Well, it appears that Eddie Hearn is drawing a line in the sand with the whole Joshua versus Wilder situation, because it doesn't matter what it is that Eddie Hearn does, Wilder, or his team at least, will not pick up the phone, will not even respond to an email. And all this is because Deontay Wilder, ever since Anthony Joshua defeated Vladimir Klitschko, has been using Joshua's name for profile. I want him, he's a robot, he's a slave to a white man, all this kind of stuff, derogatory name calling, the British public are racist and whatever else, okay? And I said to you guys in the very beginning that Wilder doesn't want this fight. He's just using it as profile. He's using it to build a fan base because he knows there's a lot of weak-minded people who will believe what it is that he says. He never wanted to fight. He never did. Joshua even offered him a contract before Joshua took on Povetkin. 2 terms that Wilder agreed on, and he didn't sign it. Kept stalling it, so Joshua had no choice but to go and fight Povetkin. But that's Joshua ducking Wilder, right? Doesn't make any sense. So Joshua's now increased offers 40%. Wilder's done nothing. He's had 41 fights. 41 fights. And his last fight, he lost that fight. He lost it and got gifted a draw. And yet Joshua's offering him 40%. Wilder, who's got 1 belt, had 1 mandatory in 4 years, has ducked all the top fighters throughout his entire career. Even Shelly Finkel gave him passes saying he's not ready when he became world champion. But yet he says 1 face, 1 name, 1 champion, all that kind of hoo-ha. Speak it, believe it, receive it. More like speak it, believe it, conceive it. The dude wants to be pregnant. The things that he will do, the things that he will say, and somehow he's managed to convince a lot of people that he wants to fight. But anyway, it does appear that Eddie Hearn has drawn a line in the sand now. There's no point flogging a dead horse, right? And this is what Eddie Hearn had to say when he spoke to Sky Sports News. We can't get any response from their team. In the last 4 or 5 weeks, I've sent 5 or 6 emails to Shelly Finkel. They won't even have the decency to come back. I think they've made their mind up. They don't want to fight Anthony Joshua. It's frustrating because I think we're in a place where it's a really great deal. Wilder has always said 1 face, 1 name, 1 champion. But the deal we've offered is more than a fair split for Wilder. And it's 2 fights. 1 in the UK and 1 in the US. But he's not even entertaining that fight. Wilder won't even answer the phone. So that's well out the window. Eddie Hearn's statement. So in this article, which of course I'll pin to the description box, go have a read of it. He continues as well. He talks about Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte and Jarrell Miller. So go read those bits if you like. So why is it that Wilder won't respond? Well, isn't it obvious? He never wanted to fight. He's not confident. Wasn't it Wilder who said, when a champion calls your name, you answer? It's not about money. It's all about legacy. I will come to the UK. I will do this and I will do that. I will fight on Mars. No, you won't. No, you won't. Because even, it looks like, for all intents and purposes, that he's going to be fighting Tyson Fury next. And he's trying to get the fight in America. Listen, I'm pretty sure Frank Warren will give in to him as well. He doesn't want to leave America. He doesn't want to fight Joshua. He's frightened to death of Joshua, much like he's frightened to death of Dillian Whyte. He took on Tyson Fury when Tyson Fury was 2.5 years out, ballooned up in weight, had mental issues, putting drugs in his system, copious amounts of alcohol and food, suspended by the British Boxing Board of Control, had all this kind of crap hanging over him. Yeah, Tyson, I'll fight you, no problem, I'll fight you. Yeah, of course you will. Of course you will. But that was a cherry that bit you back, wasn't it? Let's be real. You were supposed to go in there and blast him. Any elite heavyweight would have at that point of Tyson Fury's comeback. I love Tyson, but at that point on December the 1st, that was not a fully functioning match fit Tyson Fury. Next time, if you're stupid enough to take that fight, next time Tyson Fury is going to do you and do you royally. He's going to be a much better fighter, much better. He still won't be match fit, so you should still beat him, but you won't. You just won't. Anthony Joshua has given everything to try and make this fight. He even offered you a contract to terms that you agreed, and you didn't do it. You didn't sign. You could have had this fight. This fight could have been done and dusted. We could have found out who's undisputed. His fan base is saying, we don't care about money. Why does Team Joshua always talk about money? Why is his fans always talking about Anthony Joshua's money? We don't care about money. All they do is talk about money. What, Wilder should get 50-50? On what planet? He's got one belt. He's got no meaningful names on his resume. None. 41 fights, are you kidding me? One mandatory in 4 years. He waited for Vitaly Klitschko to retire before he went and jumped on the WBC title. He ducked Vladimir Klitschko. He ducked Alexander Povetkin. People say that Povetkin failed a PED test. He didn't fail. He didn't. He was within the legal limit. He shouldn't have had anything in his system. But the fight should have went ahead. He ran away. He was offered 3-4 times more money than he's ever made in his career to fight Dillian Whyte. A guaranteed $8 million, and Dillian Whyte will travel to America. He refused it. He avoided Luis Ortiz for a long, long time, until Showtime, Stephen Espinoza and the WBC forced him to take that fight. And Tyson Fury was a cherry pick. This was his chance. This was his chance. Nobody was ever talking about Lineal before. Nobody was. But this was his chance to get a decent name on his resume. And he messed it up. He messed it up. The biggest, baddest man on the planet couldn't beat a guy on 70%. Are you kidding me? No wonder he didn't want Joshua. And listen, I'm seeing a lot of his fans going, nah, man, this is wrong. This is wrong what Wilder's doing. He promised us undisputed. At least try. At least you get credit for trying. At least you get credit for actually stepping up. If you win, great. If you lose, great, no problem. At least you tried. And you've got a guaranteed rematch. And you're getting 40%. 40% for one belt. One belt when Joshua's got the rest. And Joshua is the cash cow. He's the name. He's the brand. He's the one who's resurrected heavyweight boxing. Not Wilder, who's had, 5-6 years head start on him in the pro game. Joshua's only had 8 fights more as an amateur. This is ridiculous. I promised my fans I love my fans. Rightio, okay. Of course you do. Of course you do. They say, I wouldn't mind too much, okay? If he come out and just admitted that, yeah, I didn't want Joshua. I don't want to fight him. I'm not ready. Because that's clearly what it is. That's clearly what it is. He and his fans know he don't want the fight. He's frightened to Joshua. He's frightened to death of Joshua. He's only taken on Tyson Fury because he's confident that he ain't going to get knocked out. He lost that first fight right after Tyson Fury got up. Tyson Fury hit him with a left hook and Wilder's knees buckled. And this is from Tyson Fury. No disrespect. I said, I love the man, but not the biggest puncher in the world. And he rocked you right after you dropped him to the canvas. And people say, hey, listen, let's talk about that one real quick, shall we? That was a 10-8 rounds, therefore Tyson Fury, he got dropped twice, so therefore he lost the fight. Okay, what about the other 10 rounds? What about the fact, in those 2 rounds that he got dropped, did Tyson Fury, had he not have got dropped, would Tyson Fury have won those rounds? Yes, he would have done. So therefore, the rounds, both of those rounds should have been 9-9. Shouldn't they? Because the judges' rules are, if you get dropped, you lose 1 point. It's not an automatic 10-8 round. It's not. You lose 1 point. So Tyson Fury, at best, would have got a 9. But Wilder still needed to win the round to get the 10. But anyway, that is what it is. He took on Tyson Fury, talked about Lineal because he believed that he was going to walk through Tyson Fury. Hence the reason why you never ever see Deontay Wilder come forward from the opening bell outside of Bermane Stiverne. You never really see it ever since he's become champion. He's a back-footed fighter. Against Tyson Fury, he came forward. Why? Because he had no fear of Tyson Fury's power. He thought he was going to walk through him. And Tyson Fury embarrassed him. And yet you're still getting offered 50%. 40%. You don't deserve 40%. And a guaranteed rematch. Even if Joshua does you in the very first round, you get a rematch anyway in America. He's frightened to death of coming to the UK. He's frightened of it. Anyway, I think Eddie Hearn is absolutely correct. I know a lot of you guys have been saying for quite some time that he needs to stop flogging the dead horse and just go after somebody who actually wants to fight. Because clearly it went Wilder, and so many of Wilder's fans are just like, nah, man, listen, you've been conning us. We'd love you to be undisputed, but no way do you want him. Who turns down 40%? Just look at the damn resumes. Look at the profiles. And 40%? You've got to be kidding me. Anyway, I think Eddie Hearn's absolutely correct. throw it out the window, done deal, move on. Move on to those who do actually want to fight. And hopefully, Wilder loses to Tyson Fury next. Hopefully. And if he bottles it with Fury, because, listen, this fight's going to happen in America. Wilder's scared to death to come to the UK. Please prove me wrong on that one, Wilder. Please prove me wrong. Mr. World Champion. No, you're the Alabama champion. But if that fight doesn't happen with Tyson Fury, hopefully Dominic Breazeale knocks his head clean off. Because at least Dominic Breazeale will step up. At least he's got heart. Deontay Wilder, this is your American champion. America, this is your American champion. This is your champion. Look at all the greats that you guys have produced over the years. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, George Foreman, Joe Frazier. Listen, man, the list goes on and on and on. And now you got this guy. What the hell? What the hell? Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.